There's one toss and will receive. Got it to be taken off. To the top end of the field.
Okay, we just had the kickoff. Welcome to tonight's Friday night game here at Jack V. Murphy Stadium with the team from Malakoff and our Bears from Gladewater. And so Gladewater won the toss, elected to receive. Malakoff kicked deep. One of our guys couldn't get it, it rolled past. So we actually took it on about the 1 yard line, and he got a 10-yard return. So the Bears are on their own 11-yard line with a 1st and 10. They're on the north end of the field against Malakoff.
Sam, we may not have that many viewers. Wonderful. 79 degrees outside.
They may all be at the game. So the first play from scrimmage is a run to the fullback. Bears in the I formation. Picks up 1 yard. So it is 2nd and 9 on the 12-yard line. Malakoff wearing their gold jerseys with black numbers and white pants. Bears in the traditional all black home uniform. They do have the jerseys with the white numbers on them this week for us to see. Now Bears motion. And it is another dive. The ball's loose. There's a flag down. So the handoff was to number 28. That is Jeremiah Flanagan. And the ball comes loose. One of the Malakoff players recovered. I could not get a number. And there was a penalty. I did not get to see what the penalty was. But the Tigers do take over 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. They're wanting to throw. And that is a touchdown. There's a flag. I'm assuming that flag, it's at the point of the tackle. So that could be a face mask or something. We'll see what that's called.
You know, maybe they hurt us last week, Sam. We can actually jersey number.
We can on both teams. This is going to be a easy night to tell y'all who's doing what. So it's not a touchdown stands, I believe. And they're going to do the PAT. So Bears not off to a good start tonight. Number 12, Malakoff is holding. Ball is snapped. Low kick, but it is good. So with 10:56 left in the first quarter, Malakoff Tigers have taken over the scoreboard first, 7-0 for the Bears. So the Bears will receive another kick, and we'll see. While they're lining up, I'll give you some stats, and we like to be positive over here, and we try to recognize great plays on both sides of the ball by both teams. The Malakoff Tigers come in ranked number 4. They have beaten West Rusk in their first game, 56-14, and the West Rusk team is a pretty good team. They beat Grandview, who not long ago won a state championship. They're not as good now, but Malakoff beat them 51-21, and then they beat Salado. I don't know anything about Salado except that the Tigers beat them 42-0. For the Bears, they opened up with Dangerfield and lost 53-32 in Dangerfield. Mount Vernon came here and beat the Bears 42-26, and then last week was an upset from Spring Hill, winning 35-20. The Malakoff Tigers have made 23 playoff appearances, and the Bears have made 30 playoff appearances. So looks like it's a fair catch on about the okay, they are. They're bringing it out to the what they're doing.
They was brought it out to 20. There it is.
Okay.
Put it on the 20.
Okay, there it is. So Bears will take over on their own 25 with the Malakoff defense. I'm going to give you some numbers, Avon, if you can, in a minute. We'll wait till this play. So Bears are in the split back formation. And, they hit the ball up on the left side. But, Avon, that looked kind of like just the old Houston Veer formation where you got a halfback on each side up close to the ball instead of 8 yards deep. So maybe they worked a little bit on just some quicker hitting plays against this Malakoff team that's undoubtedly probably the best they've seen so far, and they've seen some pretty good teams so far.
Yes, they have, Sam. It's been some good games.
So at this number 2 out here for the Tigers is the cornerback.
Chauncey Hogg.
And number 4 is a defensive back.
There's a Texas name, Bubba Hicks.
Bubba Hicks. I like it. All right, this time ball goes to the second back through the hole. And let me look. Yes, 25.
Nathan Smith.
Yes, Nathan Smith. So we're getting a look at some different backs. Right now, the Malakoff defense has even front, 4 down linemen, actually 5 right now. So they are definitely geared up for the run. Bears throwing it, and it's a little bit short. Number 2 for the Tigers breaks it up.
Chauncey Hogg.
And he is that right cornerback that we mentioned a while ago. In the game for the Bears, we have number 3, JT Maddox, that we see a lot of. Bears now in a punt formation.
12.
Low snap. He gets it off. Down the middle. Ball is caught.
Oh, he is wrapped up.
Ball is caught at the 48-yard line, and immediately number 5 and number 6 for the Bears.
Frank Sierra and Taylor Wright.
Wrap up the ball carrier, and there's no turn available. So good play on the punt, good coverage, and that will put the Malakoff Tigers on the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Headed north to the north end of the field to try to score. Time is 9:17. Looks like a throwing set, but they may hand off. It's deep. It's a throw again. And that one is incomplete. So they had 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, close to the Malakoff bench, and 1 wide receiver here. The quarterback lined up deep with 1 running back behind him. So they faked to the running back and then threw a little play action. The same pass that they scored on a while ago. But this time the pass was low. So now Malakoff sends number 6 off the field. They have 2 wide receivers to this side, 2 to the other side. No backs, actually 3 wide receivers to the bench. Motion. And he's throwing.
Oh, he had a lot of pressure from the Bears.
And he completes it to number 13, I think.
Number 13 is Kalen Davis.
And he runs, it's a little inside screen. We used to call that a bubble screen. And he runs, turns it up, and he makes
That was with quarterback Mike Jones.
so same formation, 2 wide receivers to each side. It may be that free play we talked about. They've got pressure on.
Well, they did. Bear number 50 was all over him. Mason Boudreaux.
And the pass is completed for a 1st down. I didn't get the number on our guy that
50. Who
yes.
rushed him? Yeah.
Was that him?
Mason Boudreaux.
And
He
just
almost had him.
couldn't get a grip on him, Avon. But he had him. He spun out, and then he rolled to his left. And when he did, one other guy missed him. And on the run, he threw it and completed the pass. But there's evidently a question on that. It was offsides on us. I'm assuming.
Other way. That about.
And I believe it was it ineligible receiver downfield? I think it was. Anyway, so those are going to be offsetting penalties. And it's going to be 1st and 10 with 8:37. Ball is on Bear 37-yard line. So, again, we've got wide receivers to both sides, 2 backs in the backfield, back deep. Malakoff Tigers looking to the sideline. They're changing their play. Quarterback steps up closer, calls a timeout.
Oh,
So
didn't like our defense.
So when they lined up, they had a play called, and then they changed it. And when they changed it, the quarterback did not like what he saw, so he called a timeout. So I don't know if they had a run or pass, whatever it was. They didn't like that defense that the Gladewater Bears had. So
that number 50 got so close to him, why he put him on his toes. Like, I don't want that guy to get me.
I'd have. So we're still 1st and 10. Hey,
Well, here's a good question for you. Not when I'm getting. They have the protection of the league like the NFL does, where they can't really come after the quarterback. The NFL, if they just get the ball down, you're supposed to not touch the
well,
ball.
I'm going to say no because high school ball goes by NCAA rules, which are a little different in places than college rules, or than pro rules. But there is a degree of protection, obviously, even down at this level. So, rolling out to his left after he fakes the handoff, tries to dump it off to number 13.
Yep, that was
Kalen Davis, and it's short, and it would have only been a 2-yard gain, but instead we're going to be 2nd and 10. So now quick lineup. One back, wide receivers both sides. Fakes it to the back, and he hits.
Number 2, that'd be Chauncey Hogg.
And he is tackled just across the goal line by, I believe that's number 3. JT Maddox makes the tackle, but it's right at the goal line. He falls for the touchdown. So 13-0. They've got some speed. The Tigers have some speed. So again, they're lined up for their second PAT of the first quarter, 7:56 showing on the clock.
Old Bob, the quarterback. Kicker was number 20, Landon Boswell.
And that's a much better kick. That first one was very low. This one was a nice kick up high. And, just a good job, good snap, good hold. So Bears are going to receive their third kickoff of the night. They've not had that much luck so far. Again, 7:56. So we're not quite halfway through the first quarter yet. And we have seen a couple little wrinkles, though. We've seen the split back look on the offense instead of the eye. We've thrown one pass. On the Malakoff offensive side, they run a spread offense. Sometimes they're huddled, sometimes they're kind of hurrying.
They're mostly going to pass.
And well, it's all off the play action so far. Several of the plays were, but they're from what I can see early on, they look like a very talented team, which I'm sure they are, ranked number. So they're lined up now to kick the ball. They've kicked deep. Let's see if they kick deep. And it is
that
deep.
That is a different kicker. That was number 2, Jacob Padron.
So we have Frank Tierra catching the ball and returning it up the middle, and he gets a few yards. Let's see where they spot it. I think they're going to spot it on the 15, 14 or 15. Let's see where he puts it. Just right at the 15-yard line. So the Bear offense coming out onto the field now. Starters tonight on the line, 53, Mason Thompson at center. Malakoff shifts their defense. They jump on a long count. A flag there. So the clock is down to 8 seconds, the play clock. There's the snap. Oh, and it's a good play. Good play. Kyron Wilson, quarterback.
First down. Move the chain.
Fakes the dive and has about a 25 or 26-yard gain. Maybe a 23-yard. They're going to mark it a little closer than what I thought. But a nice gain. They all sucked up in there on the fake, and he just pulled it and went around the corner. So a great play, a little option game, which we've seen before. Now Gladewater has their wide receivers, 2 of them, at the top of your screen. Tight end down to the bottom, 9. Snap goes to the tailback. He's got a little bit of room, and that is Jeremiah Flanagan, and he hits in the line, bounces it outside a little, and picks up 2 yards. So that should bring us a 2nd and about 8. Ball is on the 39-yard line. So the Malakoff defense, let's see what they stay in. We've got both our receivers down at the bottom to the home bench now. The defense shifts this way a little bit. They jump. We got the free play. Nope, they blew it dead, I think. So Bears are going on a hard count or a long count. It's like the second or third sound or word. And they jump, and our center snaps it. Mason snaps it. So we get a penalty. We did catch him there. So that's a good, solid 5-yard gain every time. So that'll bring us to 2nd and 3. We also have number 50 in the ball game, Mason Boudreaux, which we have called his name already, and number 68, Corey Stanley. Bears have one receiver to this side and a slot to this side. They run a little pitch. He is
3, JT Maddox.
JT makes it. I think he does make it back to the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard. So that brings up a 3rd and about 4. And again, we're on the 43. And I'll see if I can get the other side of that line over. And I can't. But Bears have 3 backs in there now. Let's see what they run. That's a new look.
Different play. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. That is just power, power, power. And they pick up
Braylon Paul.
Braylon Pauly, yes. Brandon. Braylon, I think, was his brother or cousin. I'm not sure. Right. But he was a good back, too.
He was.
So we are at.
He almost had that first.
We're at a 4th and 1. And I was sitting by Coach Levere's mom, like I did at Dangerfield. We would say, do you think he's going for it on 4th down? I'm saying, all right, he's letting the clock run. He may take a timeout. He does. He lets the clock run down, the play clock, and it resets to 40 seconds. Coach Levere calls a timeout, and so this may give him some time to pick the play he wants. The ball is on the 46-yard line, and we need 4th and 1. So if he's got that good 4th and 1 play, I think he's going to call it right here. So they're huddled up. Malakoff's huddled up. Good thing is the officials aren't huddled up. They're getting a sip of water now. So one good thing the officials do have, it's much cooler tonight, Avon. We hadn't talked about the weather because it's really a very pleasant night to play a football game here in East Texas. So Bears line up in that same formation, 1 wide receiver, and everybody else lined up super tight. And I believe they're just trying to wedge straight ahead and blow somebody out. Malakoff adjusts their defense. Oh, quarterback sneak, no handoff.
He jumped up there so fast.
And he picks up 6 or 7 yards and gets the 1st down, gets across midfield. So now Bears, for the first time, are in Tiger territory. And 1st and 10 from the Malakoff 49. So that's another new wrinkle, Avon. It's like
all it takes is a few.
It's almost like a power eye, but the tailback is still in the middle, and there's one back on either side. And they just wadded up in the middle, got toe-to-toe, and said, we're coming after you. So good play so far. All right, official stops the clock.
Oh, timeout, Gladewater.
Okay, well, that's their 2nd one, right?
Must have saw something.
Yeah. It looked like I don't know if one of the players called it or if they just, Coach Levere got their attention, told them to call it. I don't know. When we use the binoculars, we can see up close I mean, it's like we're real close to the players, but we can't really see the sideline. But when we're just watching without the binoculars up to our eyes, we can kind of see it all. So the play just depends whether we've got the binoculars up by our head or not. So this time, 2-back set. Kyron Wilson is under center, and there's 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. I'm anticipating a pass here because they're all up in the box. It's a run.
Off to
And
Ollie. 28.
That's
back. Flanagan.
That's Jeremiah Flanagan. So he gets a gain of 3 or 4. Looks like maybe 3 yards, and that brings us to a 2nd and I'm going to call it 8. But I'm telling you, the defense for Malakoff, they are uptight and personal up on that line, and they've got quite a few in the box, as we call it. So it's almost like they're begging us to throw the ball. But we are hitting. I'm telling you, we are hitting that hole so fast. That's JT Maddox on the run.
That another first?
Yes, it's close. Yes, it's a first.
Down. Move the chain, Sam.
Yes, sir. So JT Maddox, I have not seen him run like that in a while.
On defense. He's been wearing it out on defense.
He's got some speed. He can scorch that field a little bit. But he really ran that ball hard, and he did not slow down. It took a lot of them to try to grab him and get him down. So it's a 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. And now we're back to one wide receiver on each side. Wilson wants to throw. And he has to get rid of it quick. It's on a play action pass.
That was to Frank. I will check. Frank Sierra.
Yes, and so as soon as Wilson looked up, he had to throw the ball.
He had a tiger on him.
Yes, he had a tiger chasing him, and he just threw it a little deep, and just the route didn't have time to develop. But it was close, but not close. Not close enough to catch. So we got 2 wide receivers top, Wilson under center, 2 backs, and that might be.
Handed it off to 3 of the Bears.
That's JT
Maddox.
And he's still up. They never did bring him
Good
down.
heavens.
I couldn't even see him at one point. But it looked like I'm surprised we didn't get a penalty there. I thought I saw somebody jump a little bit, but maybe not. So that's a gain of 4 yards. So 3rd and 6. So Wilson back in with the play.
4 yards. A friend of mine said, Coach Murphy used to always say, hey, if we can get 4 yards every play, we're going to keep it.
That's right. He's absolutely right. So Bears wanting to throw. Grayson Woods, the target, and it hits his hands. He can't hold on to it. Number 13 for the Tigers was defending.
Kalen Davis.
And we've called his name a couple times already. So good pass that time.
Was.
Just good defense. There's sometimes somebody just makes a good play. It's not that you make a bad one. And they made a good play on defense there. So 4th and 6, ball on the 32. Let's see what the Bears have. They've got 2 wide receivers, 2 in the backfield, split backs. There's the snap. It's a throw. And it is a catch by Woods.
Man, beautiful.
Grayson Woods catches the ball, same route.
Different person.
Yes, and this time they're moving the chains. The ball is going to be Ball is going to be on the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. So Bears putting together a drive right now and moving the ball consistently. I wish I'd have started keeping a tally of how many plays the drive is, but it's the kind of drive you like to see, just moving the ball pretty much every down. So split backs again, twins left, and it's the handoff.
Maddox.
So we are giving them a steady diet instead of the I formation. we're giving them a pretty steady
mean,
diet of split
switching up.
backs. So
I think we've seen that all this season.
we haven't. And, you know, you look at that, and they give that dive. They've run a little sweep. They've thrown off the play action. And then the quarterback is kept. We've yet to see him keep it and then pitch it, but they really haven't needed to. So same formation as last play. Split backs. Looks like they're changing the play. And
one of the things that you had mentioned before, Sam, was how Coach Levere doesn't want to play. He wants a good challenge. He wants these Bears to be as tough as they can be
Oh,
for
absolutely.
district games.
Absolutely.
And with this change-up of play schedule compared to what they've done, this is pretty exciting.
It
Because
is.
they're moving the ball.
It
Moving the
is.
ball, moving the chains, doing all those
So,
right things.
so you know, undoubtedly, this is the fourth week of the season, and we've had 3 home games and 1 away, counting today, and this is by far the highest ranked team they have seen. And I can remember a few years ago, we were talking about this earlier, when they played Malakoff over.
Oh, yeah, in Tyler.
Yes.
Stadium.
And we got beat, but I mean, it was a hard fought game. We were good.
2018.
Yeah, we were good. They were good. They had the best defense, one of the best I'd ever seen at the high school level. And they were big and strong and quick, and it was a good looking team. So Bears have 2 receivers to the left,
Down in 8.
split backs, and that's kind of a red set. They've got like a tailback and then a halfback to the left of the tailback, but he's not 8 yards deep this week. He's about maybe 5, and they hit it pretty quick. There's a little pitch again to Maddox.
Oh, he got
gets
him off
loose.
of him.
He reverses
going,
his.
he's
Oh,
going.
it's a flag.
Oh.
He got a great block from our quarterback,
Did.
but I believe he was on his back. I know he was not. He was trying to get his guy loose. I don't think, knowing Kyron, I don't think he meant to hit him in the back. I think the guys he got loose. He was
trying to get him out of the way.
Yeah, he was on his back. So that's probably what they're going to call.
Hard as that one.
And it's a good call by the officials. Yeah.
One of them, huh?
5 or 10. Of course, it'll be a loss of down. I hear our crowd booing. It actually was a good call. You know, even
I'll watch it on YouTube.
Even when the officials make a good call, we have to give credit.
We do. Matter of fact, we could, while they're doing this, we'll go ahead and do a rattle off here.
Is that this week's, or is that last week's?
Do you think they change it up?
Oh, yeah. You get a different crew every
They only
week.
gave us one. So
Yeah.
They didn't hit me up this time. I don't have a list of.
So now we're at 2nd and 18. So that was a 10-yarder. Because we were at, we're at.
Did that not make it?
Well, I think when you take the penalty, they get to keep. Yeah. So 2nd and 18, what's on the field marker and what's on the scoreboard.
This is what we used to talk about. That's right.
Oh, where are they?
They are really close by them.
Oh, I see them. Yeah. Well, I was just going to say we haven't had a secret huddle yet.
No, we haven't. But that was number 0 of the Bears. And I wonder if he's close enough to listen. He just says, "I'm just standing in place, listening."
So they're backing the ball up a little more. I think they're saying that was a 15-yard. So if it's 2nd and 23, we'll know it's a 15-yard. Clock's going.
Here we go.
And it's a play action. He wants to throw it, and it's overthrown a little bit. And
number 0, that was
Grayson
Woods.
So, and they had really one-on-one. They had another guy close, but he couldn't have. If he had caught it, it was going to be 6 because he was already in the end zone. So a good play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 23. We're down to 20.3 seconds. So number 5 is in there, Frank Sierra, wide on this side, and Latrell Henderson, I think. He's wanting to throw again. No, I'm sorry. That is a touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
And that was number 2, Carter Snyder, catching that ball.
Wow, that was a great catch.
That was a well-thrown ball, and he made a great comeback. The defender, the way he was playing him, he had to stop or slow down and step behind him and make the catch. It was a great play. So Bears, with only 14.8 seconds left in the first quarter.
You know what's interesting, Sam, is that Tigers did blitz us and make 2 touchdowns rapidly. They haven't made anything.
They haven't.
That was Bear number 15, Grafton Morgan.
And so Morgan makes the PAT, or did he miss it?
No, he made it.
Okay. There it is. I just looked at the scoreboard. So now we're 14-7, 14.8 seconds left. So the first quarter just got a lot better for the Bears.
It did. That I think they proved that they've got drive. They can make this happen.
So Avon,
don't count them out.
Yeah. And so they've given them some wrinkles. They've shown the tailback with another back on each side, one to his right, one to his left, everybody up close, and they use that to get the short first down yardage. They've been in split backs, and then they've put the twins to both sides. So, we talked last week, and actually my wife and I talked a little football last week after the game, and, the I formation is a great formation, and the Bears have a great offense out of it. But by the time they were getting there last week, especially, they had people on them. So Coach Levere has done what I think a truly good coach would do, was to change things up to match what he's got. So if your linemen are having trouble holding blocks, you get your backs closer where they can get them, and you run by them from 5 yards instead of 8 yards deep. Doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot.
In time it is.
It is. Onside kick.
Oh, they're trying for it.
And it did not go 10 yards, so they're not going to get it. I see JT Maddox down there in that mix trying to get that ball.
Grafton Morgan.
So, once again, Coach Levere with a little momentum trying to get a little turnover. And that ball did not go 10 yards. I think it went 9 yards before it went out. It's got to go 10 before the offense can, or for the kicking team can get it. So there's a penalty because the kick went out of bounds before anybody fielded it. Let's see where they're going to place it. So it's going to be on the Bear 43-yard line. Tigers take over. They've got 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. And he hands that ball off.
Oh, he slipped. That was number 6 running the ball, Jerian Hall for the Tigers.
And it's actually a loss of a yard. So quarter ends. The ball will be on the 44-yard line. So they'll switch sides, and 14-7 in favor of the Tigers. And the onside kick, the Tigers were really in a good position. The ball was just kicked short. If we would have gotten the hop, who knows? But we didn't. So the trade-off, when you don't get that, they're starting
half field already.
With we used to say, we don't want to ever have a kickoff return out past the 20. We want them to have to drive 80 yards and not make a mistake if they're going to score and beat us.
When did they change? Or if you did a fair catch, better than 25. That won the last 5 or 10 years.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I used to be up on every rule when I was
Used to be
coaching.
20, but you're right. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Oh, they're looking to throw. And
Now,
have
start
an
off this
open
thing is
receiver.
that same person for 13, Kalen Davis.
And that was Brayson Woods defending there. And that ball, if caught, would have been on our 35 and would have been a first down by 2 yards. So it was incomplete. That brings up a third and I don't know why the scoreboard says 3rd and 11 because it's about 3rd and 7. It does. So Tigers get their play from the sideline. 3 wide receivers to the bottom, 1, 2 to the top, no backs in the backfield. And that was actually the same play that they tried a while ago.
Darian Hall, number 6.
Yeah, they've got the 2 wide receivers here and a third one with them, and they kind of drive the guys off, and then he runs behind them, trying to get a little screen type pass.
Look at this Bear defense holding them.
I know.
Already 4th down. I'm curious, what are they going to?
I don't know, but they're calling it 4th and 11, and it's 4th and 7.
That won't pay attention to the scoreboard.
So
Get on this.
So again, now they got a twins look to both sides, 2 backs, quarterback and 1 back in the backfield. And they're going to throw again.
Up top.
And he catches this time just about the 32, and he makes it down to about the 26.
That's number 15 of the Tigers, Evan Looper.
So they pick up the first down. Ball is now on the 26-yard line of the Bears. Tigers are headed to the south end. Bears defending that. And 1st and 10. So, again, they've got 2 wide receivers into our sideline, 1 back and the quarterback deep. There's the snap. It's a fake play action. And it's the little inside screen again, and it's down inside the 5. They like that play, and they do it well, I can tell you.
They do. That was number 2, Chauncey Hogg. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Please forgive us if butcher names.
Not on purpose.
Yes, it is definitely not.
So anyway, ball is now just inside the 5, 1st and goal. Wide receivers to both sides, split wide out. Oh, the ball's dropped.
Whoop. Oh, my goodness.
And I can't tell who got it. It looks like a Malakoff player picked the ball up.
I believe that number 6 did. Darian Hall.
The ball dropped, and as he ran, he kicked it up into a wad of players, and we lost it. We didn't have a clue who had it.
Nope, that was crazy.
So it's now 2nd and 4. So they did get back to the line of scrimmage with the kick fumble. And now they still have the same formation, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. They hand it off, and he's going to score. Cross that. Well,
that was number 6, Darian Hall.
So that gives the Tigers a score of 20. Their extra point team comes on the field. And that was one of the few dives straight up the middle I've seen them run. So
always going.
Oh, they're lined up for the kick. Maybe the Bears can block one. And their kick is up and good. So 21.
Kicker number 20, Landon Boswell.
So 21 for the Tigers, 7 for the Bears, with 10:07 left in the second quarter. You know, we probably could have used a Clint Thomas that you were talking about a while ago, one of the players that I coached, him and his brother Stoney. But Clint blocked a few extra points. But anyway, Bears with a really an impressive drive. Wasn't just a big play that busted, but a nice, steady, long drive, burn up some clock, and got them on the board. But now, after the last score, it's still 14 points down.
True, but lots of time.
So they're kicking from the midfield. And
Definitely a different flow of the series. The other teams that we've played are just like, boy,
they
so
are.
fast.
And
I think that just catches us so off guard.
well, and it's hard to make adjustments, and best way to eliminate that is to get the ball back. So that's kind of a flat squib kick, and I think that's JT catching it. Oh, no, that's number 7, Latrell Henderson, I think. Well, I think when he caught it, his knee hit the ground, and they're calling him down right there.
Evans.
So the only time your knee, when you have the ball, can be on the ground and you're not down, holding for the PAT in high school. So anyway, good catch. He made a good run, but they're going to start from the 12-yard line. But that's okay. That's better than the 2-yard line.
It is a 25 would have just been.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
called
yeah.
fair catch, done that, and put you in that.
Do what now?
They'd have called fair catch and just that on the kick.
Oh, yeah. You can fair catch a kickoff. And when they do those high pooch kicks short, that's why you see those guys fair catch them, because they don't want to catch it and then right after they catch it be hit, cause a fumble. So that is a nice gain for first down.
Wow. Nope, not first down yet, but that's like 8 yards.
Yeah, so it brings up a 2nd and 2. We're out to the 20, almost the 23-yard line. Oh, actually about the 20. So the Bear offense has a wide receiver on each side, 2 backs. There's the handoff to the fullback. He hits the hole quick. It's going to be close, Avon. See where they mark that ball.
28, Jeremiah Flanagan.
Flanagan picks up a yard, so it's now 3rd and 1. So might see another quick hitter, or might see that little 3-back offense that I would call that an A formation, because the tailback's deep and the halfbacks are up closer. Here we go with the snap, and it is a wad of players, and there's a surge forward.
Moving.
I'm thinking it's a first down. I think, yeah, he's marking it. They made a first down by about
Move
a yard.
the chains,
Move
Sam.
those chains. I
Move
like
the
it.
chains.
I like it. I coached in Florida one year with a coach that used to come to Houston, study the Houston Veer with Bill Yeoman. And he had a tailback. He was normally an I formation, but he put split backs, but he put a tailback, and he called it an A formation. So it's kind of like the opposite of the wishbone formation. And it was very effective because you had all the plays. There's that quick hitter again. You know, if he gets there a half a step sooner, he could maybe bang his head on the goalpost down there. It would be that open.
But Flanagan,
he really
that line.
He really is. Yeah. So, but anyway, that little A formation, you had all your I power plays plus your option plays from the Veer, and that's a version of what Coach LeVere has been in on those short yardage. This is just split back, 2 wide receivers, and he hands off to the near back, but there's nothing there that time. It's going to still be 3rd and 6.
That time it was number right.
So 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. It's not hard to call. It's just hard to make it. He's got a play. He thinks he'll do it.
Again, it's the number 14 state. So
I know.
Very
I'm
strong.
thinking it might be a time for a play action pass. Let's see, they shift their defense. Sure enough,
Oh, he threw it big time.
and it is
Oh
caught.
my goodness, the camera didn't catch up. We do apologize. The camera is run by artificial
I'm telling
dumb
you,
intelligence because it did not see that amazing catch by,
is that
that
number?
2? Looks like number 2. Number 2,
And that is
Carter Snyder.
Carter.
Unbelievable.
He actually was triple covered, and he ran what we call a. Are they bringing it back? I guess.
Oh my goodness.
That was a great play. We don't know what happened. We got caught up in the celebration.
Sure did.
So there's the punt. Good Gladewater roll down to the 30. So I wish we
Tell me
could.
what
I
happened.
wish we could rewind it without messing that up. But that was a great throw and a great catch. It must have been a hold or something. I don't know. It's anything I say would be speculation. But we needed that play. I know that.
Oh, that was a
Because
big
that would have put us, what did I say, on the 30-yard line?
play down there.
So now Malakoff's on the 30. Same 30, but other team with the ball. But anyway, so sometimes it's hard for us to kind of see what's going on.
So here's a question for you. You know, they heard growing up, we'll throw a Hail Mary. So does that mean the first days of football, everybody was
I'll tell you what that means. It means Malakoff is about to score.
Good heavens, look at the speed.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Gladewater, who caught him down there, number 2?
That was Malakoff. That was Bubba Hicks.
Well, let me see who caught him.
That was unbelievable.
It looks like 7 and 0.
7 is Latrell Henderson.
So Latrell caught him, but also Brayson Woods was there and got him down on the 2-yard line. And in just a minute, I'm going to see this play. I'll tell you about the real Hail Mary.
Okay.
So they're lined up in a power I, and they're running straight ahead with the tailback, and he's in. So
was number 4. That was Bubba Hicks.
Bubba Hicks goes in standing up. So I actually read a story about the Hail Mary, and the whole idea was that you say a prayer and throw it up, or throw it up and say a prayer, and it became famous with Roger Staubach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Really?
Yes. And trying to remember who that game was against, the 49ers or the Vikings or Packers, one of those. And I believe the Hail Mary pass won the game. I want to say 49ers, but I could be wrong. It's a guess. But the Hail Mary was a Cowboy thing. So it was either like a wing and a prayer. It was either prayer and a pass or a pass and a prayer. And then after that, any desperation pass late in the game, trying to score to come back. But mainly at the end of the game, it was called a Hail Mary. So that's a good question, but I'm not sure if Roger Staubach was a Catholic or not. I know he was a good man.
Yep.
So we're down to 5:55, and Malakoff will be kicking off, 28-7. So if we can hold on and get a score, we'll still go in halftime down by 2. If we just hold on and don't get a score, we're going to be down by 3. So let's see if they go deep again. You know, they went deep, and I don't know where he's going to kick. Squibbed the last one. This one is deep. It's deep. It's caught at the 7. He's going up the middle. He gets to almost the 20. And JT Maddox gets a good block down there in front of him. Um, I like to see those guys, those receivers. I mean, JT plays defense too, but he gets some good blocks too. And I like to see it. I'll talk about Chad for a minute. It was kind of fun when we ran. We didn't throw a whole lot back then, but when the play broke and the camera followed and panned over and they went by Chad, he still had his man tied up blocking him. Now he would catch the ball and run too, but so the Bears take over here, and it's the quick die. Oh, it's the keeper.
Quarterback keep.
And Kyron Wilson makes, I'm going to call it 4 yards. About
Like that number.
maybe 5. It's 4. So it's going to be a 2nd and 6. We're down to 5:22 and running. 15 seconds.
This game.
Well, the second
half
quarter.
is like
First quarter didn't seem like
the
it.
first 2 minutes went by too slow.
Well, the
28 on the
yeah,
for the
Jeremiah Flanagan. But that play was a little counter. They start one way, and then Jeremiah took it the other way, and he had a couple waiting on him. Almost.
Looks like we lost a yard.
Yeah, it was almost like an ambush, but somebody on that backside didn't seal down in there, and get everybody cleaned up, So Bears this time, wide receiver up top, one at the bottom. You got Woods at the bottom, 2 back set, and then we want to throw. Oh, did he catch it?
Did catch.
It is a catch. I'm telling you.
Wow, that was impressive.
He's made some good
he was
catches.
fighting that guy off of him.
And he really just reached over the top and got it with the guy trying to get it away. So that's a first down. Stops or the clock still
that was
running.
Was it Bryson? Who was
Grayson Woods? Yeah, 0. So 4:06 and counting. First down. Ball's on the 42-yard line. I'm sorry, 38-yard line. 37. I'll get it right. There's only 100, only 50 numbers we use in here. I'll get one of them. So handoff again to the I'm gonna call it the fullback. It's really a halfback, and that is number 8, Polly. He gets hit hard. Yeah, he got hit hard. So that brings up a 2nd and 10. He did make it back to the line, but he was hit behind the line. So he,
pushed it forward just a little.
If he'd got hit at the line, we would have had a game.
No, I might have already asked you this before, but for those like myself, everything. Whenever a receiver is down here and he has to give a motion to the referee, that means something.
All right, I'll tell you what that means. We got a little gainer going here. We're gaining.
Crew moving up.
Yeah, we're up to the 40. That's a gain of 3. So that's going to be about 3rd and 7. So when you see the receiver point to the ref, he's doing one of 2 things, because you've got to have 7 men on the line, and then you can have 4 more behind the line for 11 players. They can move, do whatever.
But you have to have 7 on the line.
You have to have 7. Now, you could have more than 7, but if you have more than 7, you're covering up a tight end that would become ineligible or something like that. But so like this receiver at the bottom of our screen, they're throwing to him, and it's overthrown. Really does a good job of keeping number 2, Chauncey Hogg, from actually getting an interception.
Bryson Woods. Again, Bryson Woods.
So if let's say there's on one side, there's 2 wide receivers. You'll notice one's up on the line and one's back off a yard. Okay? That's so they both can be eligible. Over on the other side, that guy's probably up on the line. And so both of those guys like ours guys right here, this guy's going to be off. Too many men on the field.
Ain't
Yeah.
on the.
So we've got 56, who is Khalil Sheffield, makes that tackle on that punt, but they've got a flag. So I'm thinking they had too many men, or somebody was still moving when the ball was snapped. Let's see what they're.
Fair. Where refs say, well, we need to look at film.
I don't see it trickling
Video.
down to the high school level, even on a state championship game. But at some point, I would think if it did, it would be maybe in a state championship game.
Only
Yeah,
that one.
because first of all, everybody doesn't have that equipment,
No, they.
and so I don't know how you could implement it. It's kind of like a few years ago when they wanted everybody to take the STAR test or the TEACS or TAX or TOS, whatever it was called. They wanted everybody to do it online, but no one had the infrastructure to do that. Now we've had years to do that, and so they gradually implemented that where you get a certain number percentage that can take it in this, and it gave everybody time to build their infrastructure. So we don't know what the penalty was, but it did go against Malakoff Tigers. So this receiver down here, he's on the line. See that one up there? One's on, one's off. So the ones that usually point to the ref want to know, make sure they're not over the line and off sides. Yet, and I think the rule is you have to be up close enough that when the center reaches out to the ball, you have to be up closer than his waist, the belt, where his belt would be on his pants, his waistline. So an offensive lineman next to the center, he can't be backed off. His helmet doesn't break the plane of that waist area on the center. Just so that rule came up the other night with the Giants. Dallas played the Giants because that left tackle, the right tackle, was getting as far off the ball.
What's up with this? They moved it to the other hash. I'm curious now.
I don't know.
Very weird.
It is.
Why didn't they just put it in the center?
All right, they're wanting to throw. They've got one guy open. He bobbles the ball but catches it, and it's enough for a first down. 1:55 left in this third quarter.
Dalton.
So the other night, all right, I'm going to call this play. They've got three receivers at the bottom, two up top, no backs in the backfield but the quarterback. That's obviously a passing down. And it's the little,
he is gone.
it's the little bubble screen again.
Gone.
And he is gone. So
how you can move. That's number 8. Not called his number. That's Jackery Allwood.
Well, he made a great play there.
Yeah.
He's got some speed because he outran a couple of our faster kids. So 34-7 at this point with the PAT about to happen with 1 minute and 32 seconds left. So although we needed to see a touchdown, we needed to see it for the Gladewater Bears.
Yes, we did. We definitely get.
But I am impressed with this team.
Yes, sir. Kicking Landon Boswell.
That is a good one. Oh, his first one was low. He's redeemed himself on the last few extra points, but he's had plenty of practice tonight. So 132, 35-7, favor of the Malakoff Tigers. But last week, I don't watch a whole lot of pro ball, but I do like the Cowboys and the Chiefs, and then some of the matchups that are good I watch. But the right tackle for the Giants against the Cowboys, they said he was back so far off they could have penalized him, but they never did call it. And so as they talked, I already knew that rule because there were plays, even at the high school level, we wanted our line off the ball or up tight on the line of scrimmage. So we had to tell them, as long as your head breaks the plane of where the center's waistline is, where a belt would be, then you're legal. But if your helmet is, and I'm bent over to snap the ball, your helmet's behind that point, then I'm not up on the line. So there's a rule for that, is my point.
Yeah, but is it almost like one of those things where to get pulled over? Is it up to the discretion of? I'm sure if you got in an argument with them, they would say, "I'm the ref. I'm always right."
Yeah, well, I don't know, but the Cowboys end up winning 40-0. So
Woo!
what's the point of calling that? But I'm sure, we had refs tell us sometimes, Coach, he needs to get up on the ball, give us a chance to fix it.
Number 7, Latrell Henderson on the carry for the.
So, and Latrell, he gets a few yards on that carry. They have kind of settled in on that deep kick instead of the squib or that quarter one. It's going to be the 20, almost on the 23. Well, it's going to be on the 22s where he's standing.
Here's a question, going just purely off numbers. If another man that got to 20, I'll be trying to run.
Well, a fair catch doesn't automatically move it to the 25. I don't know what they were doing a while ago. But I'll have to research that a little bit. I'm not sure right now. So we're down to 105 clock running, and I'm sure Bears, Kyron Wilson's just coming in with play, number one back. And then number 57, I lined up over here blocking Jacoby Crosby. Back in the eye, he gives the ball to the tailback, and there's movement, but there's a lot of Tigers, a big group of Tigers. Scary.
At least Malakoff Tigers, scary.
But he did pick up about 3 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. Yeah, and the clock.
They got about one play left.
Yeah, the clock is stopped.
I'm out.
And I guess that was our last time out. I don't know. I don't see.
We're out.
I don't see Malakoff taking one. So we got 3rd and 7. Maybe 2 plays.
Something that's also interesting. They've got, going by this
their roster,
they're pretty heavy on.
Yeah.
Only 3.
And I see something odd on there. We were talking about how most rosters now that we see don't have weights. Now last week Mount Vernon had their weights on there, and they had their.
That was Spring Hill.
Oh, Spring Hill. I'm sorry. Mount Vernon was 2 weeks ago. But most of the times it's just got the number, the name, position, and grade, and so I notice on this roster for Malakoff, usually they give a player's position. Ball's on the ground. Kyron picks it up. He throws it out of bounds to save yardage. So now we're down to 29.7. It's going to be 4th and 7 from our own 25-yard line, which honestly, I really wouldn't want to give it to him here with 29 seconds. Well, You can't but I would line up and punt it, and that's what they're going to do. And then Malakoff can probably take a knee at the half end. They go in and make their adjustments. But most of there's the snap. They're coming for the block. It's close. They don't get it. We get a decent kickoff, taking a Gladewater roll.
Still running.
Now they're stopping at 18.1 seconds. But they usually list your name and number, your position, and your classification, sophomore, senior, whatever. And on your position, they list, like, I'm just randomly seeing tight end, linebacker, quarterback, defensive back. They've got 2 kids that are just listed as kickers.
Well, and I've noticed them. I've called them out when they go to job. At number 20, Landon is other kicker, Jacob Padron, sophomore, does the kickoff.
Okay.
Well, I've been paying attention. That's very interesting.
But when you look at the others, most of the kickers play another position. And they're not listed as the kicker. They're listed as...
Yeah, like, for example, our Grafton Morgan, running back, defensive line, and kicker.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore.
Yeah. So, Malakoff taking over, 18.1 seconds. They're on their own 29. They've got 3 wide receivers up top, and they may try to get another score.
Well, they sure look like that.
Yeah. Got motion back to our sideline. He circles back. They're going to throw it to
something. At number 2.
And that's probably going to be the last play. He gains about 6 yards.
Stopped it.
Oh, did they?
Hog.
Unless they call the timeout, but it's showing.
Oh, you're
it
right.
is. They did call timeout. It is. You're up.
When you're up this high,
35-7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just let them go in, but they need a little momentum. So we're here with 12 seconds, and it is second. They call it second
and 5.
Well,
supposed to be like a wonderful 70 degrees outside.
It's second and 4. All right, so Malakoff now has wide receivers on both sides, 2 wide receivers. Their quarterback is back deep, and so is a running back. So, I don't know the secret.
Well, those refs see.
So he's going to throw.
Ref coaching the.
And that's incomplete with 8.6 seconds. They're going to get another play, and they do have. Says they have 2 timeouts. I think they have 1.
That's not timeouts there. That 2 that's over there.
Oh, I see
little number.
Yeah, the 0 I couldn't see because of this pillar right here.
Oh, that's.
I had to move my head. Yeah, I got just a little gap I can see looking that way.
So then what? That 2. Ours says 3.
That's the quarter.
What's the 3 on our end? Oh, just a play. Oh my goodness.
Well, they didn't score, so that's good.
Yep,
So
that ought to do it.
So now we're at halftime, and I don't know. 1's 3, 1's a. I can't see that later. Those letters above.
One of them is. Anyway, I guess we're about to get off for a minute and have halftime. The bands are going to come out. We're going to turn up the volume on that audio. We will.
All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For your halftime entertainment, we proudly introduce the 2023 Malakoff High School Tiger Head. The Tigerettes are led by sophomore lieutenant Ava Meredith, sophomore lieutenant Alexis Green, and senior captain Natalie Stigler. We hope you enjoyed this week's dance dance to hand clap. The Tigerettes are directed by Christian Paul and Connor Walden.
Everyone, please put your hands together for the pride of Malakoff, the Malakoff Marching Band! The band is led off the field by drum major Ian Osler. We are proud to present our 2023 show, Rise of the Phoenix, by Luke McMillan, with selections from Igor Stravinsky's Fire Suite and original compositions by Luke McMillan. Malakoff band is selected by Tristan Serrano and Erica Period. This week's Nerd of the Week is a Hey, Go from the trumpet section. Go Tigers! Ladies and gentlemen, the Gladewater Bears would like to welcome you to the 2023 Bears Football Halftime. Tonight's show starts off with a chant to Honey Bears and the Sweepstakes Bears Band. The Honey Bears, created in 1979, have worked very hard to continue their tradition of precision, beauty, and excellence. These beautiful young ladies are led by a group of talented officers. They are Lieutenant Trentley Gamble, Lieutenant Isaiah White, Lieutenant Ava Lane, Lieutenant Al Rutherford, and in the middle, Senior Captain Emma Lane. The officers attended a camp of Concord created for Dr. Summer and the Summer Superior Ladies. Honey Bear special officers are Tatiana Glover, Olivia Holland, Amalia Winter, Brooklyn Young, and Head Special Officer Melanie Correa. The director of the Honey Bears is Miss Dominic Loud, who is serving her 74th year. She is helped by assistant Lori Hutt. Now sit back and enjoy this week's performance. The Honey Bears will perform a green routine. They're never going to give you up. Miguel and Amalia Mentor. The director of the League is Johnny Coe. One-year manager is Miss Tiffany Watts. One-year escort is Sean Burke, Matt Vasquez, and Paige Cooper, Nathan Alvarez, and Cooper Manley. Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue our halftime performance with the GHS Nature and Flag Line. Members of the line are Senior Line Captain John Holly, Senior Caitlin White, Junior Astrid Alvarez, Senior Cynthia Gutierrez, Sophomore Allison Wong, Freshman Olivia Miller, Freshman Summer Hernandez. Line member of the week is Johnny Holly. The Nature and Flag Line performs the hit song Feel This Moment. GHS Lane is flooding the field by senior drum major Maddie Badea. The band will now continue their halftime entertainment with the traditional military style marching drill, the BB fanfare by Smith, and Project March by Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Gladewater ISD, we thank you for your kind attention this evening. We would like to thank the Tomorrow Company, ABC Auto, Wood Hollow Golf Club, and the Rector family for their generous donation of salt and water and other supplies for the band. Promotions of the week, Isaiah Sweeting and Derek Owens. Band directors for the Gladewater High School Band, Jeff Smith, Brett Pilcher, and Jocelyn Marsh. This morning is live on sponsor of the Family Play. GFS Principal is Mr. Derek Lloyd, and the GIC Superintendent is Dr. Cedric Clark.
Welcome back to Jack V. Murphy Stadium as we start the second half, third quarter. The Bears will be kicking off to the Tigers. Bears defending the south end to start this half. And the score, just in case you didn't know, don't make me say it again, but it's 35-7, and it's not in favor of the Bears. But
It's not, but at least we are not zero.
that's right. And that
We had a great drive.
oh my gosh.
I missed.
Well, they tried the onside kick, but the pooch type kick, and I think that was number 4, Evan Hawthorne.
I saw someone moving.
And he couldn't quite get it and stay in bounds. It was close. That was almost a really good play.
That'd have been awesome.
You know, a guy told me one time, you know what the difference is between an out and a home run? I said, what is it? He said, about a 16th of an inch on the bat.
Oh.
So that was one of those differences between a penalty and a big play, was probably about a 16th of an inch down there. All right, Tigers with the ball. 3 wide receivers up top. They're running the ball to the tailback. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and he maybe is going to get a 2-yard gain, but they really drove him back for about a 1-yard loss.
That was number 8, Jackery Smallwood for the Tigers. I was trying to get that bear that grabbed him. That one bear got a hold of him and wouldn't let go.
He did, and we like that. But so that's a 2nd and 8, and they are in a different formation. this time it's a play action pass. He's got a little pressure.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
Got a
Bear
guy
number
open. And that is a touchdown.
Bear number 33. Israel Serta had 3 guys trying to hold him back, and he almost had him. But like you said before, the quarterback slipperied out of his way.
So I don't know where our secondary was on that, but they were beat by a lot. That play was not it's not close, but it was a great play for the Tigers. But we did have some pressure on him, and he threw,
We
but
definitely did.
it was wide open. So tonight, as they kick the PAT, and it's up and good
That
high
was number
kick.
20, Landon Boswell for the.
So that's the PAT kicker.
Yes, that's what he does.
So-
and we haven't got to see a field goal, but if it were to come to it, I would suspect that would be his
Well,
thing.
judging
The
from that
junior.
last kick, it was higher than the top of the goalpost when it went through. So, but what I was going to say is the one thing the Bears can't keep doing is giving up that big play where they score so quick without having to put together a drive. Like the only touchdown for the Gladewater team was a great drive. We just need about 5 more of them.
Yeah, yes, we do, Sam. That would be.
So now the other kicker is number 33. He's teeing the ball up.
32.
Is it 32 or 3? 32, I'm sorry.
Jacob Padron.
Yes. That might be
Sophomore.
a drone. I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I said before. Please
But
pardon the.
you got to forgive us. We don't know. So that is a kick, and it's caught by number 5? Let me see.
It looks like it.
Yes. And so Frank Serra catches it, but he has to run forward and falls down, so the ball down right there. But it's not bad field position. It's on the 25-yard line.
Hey. Yeah,
So so really that's good, you know. So Gladewater comes out with the offense, and they're back in the split back formation with wide receivers on each side, and it's a handoff to the halfback.
28.
Ooh, that is a tough run.
Jeremiah Flanagan. Wow.
That
he went
is-
for some yards.
That is the best run we've seen Flanagan make since early in the season. He was like a bull trying to get out of the china closet right there.
Moving.
But that was a really good run. That was enough for a first down.
Move the chains.
That was a 17-yard gain. So really good run right there. So we're 1st and 10. Ball is on the 42-yard line of the Bears. Same formation, split backs. There's the snap, and it's the handoff to the halfback on the right side. And that is going to be, I think, the same.
Same number 28, Flanagan.
And he makes some yards. He makes 3 yards on that one. So you mentioned Coach Murphy saying we can make 4 yards every time. If you only make 3 every time, it leaves you with 4th and 1. One time, kids wanted to go for it, and Jack said, "No, you had 3 downs to make it. We're kicking." And we kicked
really?
off, held them, and then we scored. So same formation. They're staying in the split backs, and they're running the ball. And
Number 8 for the Bears.
and that's
Brandon Pauling.
I was going to say that's one of the Pollies, and he makes another 2 yards, I think. So 3rd and 5, ball on the 47, it looks like. So we need to get, we need whatever play makes 5 yards right here. So here's the long count, and it looks like they changed the play. And here we go
Better
again.
hurry. That clock is going.
and he makes a yard. Oh no, he got loose. They never brought him, or there was a fumble. Quarterback ended up back with the ball.
That was it.
But I think he was down. I think they called it down. So he made a yard. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 4 from the 49-yard line. Tip of the ball touching the 49-yard line. So you want to guess? All right, they're going to go for it. So we're in the split back formation, wide receiver top and bottom. And there's the snap. And there's a timeout called by Gladewater before they can run the play. So 4th and 3 with a timeout. They did have the dive play called to the right side, to the right halfback. And I guess somebody from the sideline got a timeout call before they could really
Must have just
start the
been
play.
right there in that
Had
ref's
to
ear.
be. Had to be.
Only way to call that.
Yeah.
That play was already rolling.
So they might have just wanted to see what the defense looked like. I mean, honestly, that's what happens. You'll spend a timeout to get a big first down, keep a drive alive. You just can't do it every time because you
No,
don't have
you're
enough timeouts. They could do like a mulligan in golf. You know, you $1 a mulligan, pay $100 for another timeout. You know.
Oof.
Well, that's why I would keep you from doing it. So, with 8 minutes 30 seconds left, 4th and 3. The Bears have a wide receiver on each side and 2 backs in the backfield, quarterback under center. There's the snap, and it is the handoff with the quarterback following, and it's going to be short. It's close, but it's short. I believe it's about a yard. It just depends on the spot, but it looks short from up here. They're going to say it's a first down. Move the chains, yeah.
Move the
wind
chains,
the
Sam. He
clock.
also says get that clock moving. I always wonder at some games that those refs are like, God,
Yeah.
get that clock. Come on.
Well,
Holding it up here.
so they haven't moved the chains yet.
What
They may be fixing to measure. The other coach maybe wants a measurement. But if the down markers are in the right place, it's a first down. I can see it now.
That ball is. Oh, he said timeout right in his.
So is this a Malakoff timeout?
Yes, sir. Was not pretty. I don't know if they could see that from YouTube or not, but anyway.
So they're talking over there.
No one touches that ball. I can tell you that, like what you and I saw, very clear. Now they're.
Well, I was going to say the answer is already obvious because those chains are moving. But if it's close, I can understand him wanting a measurement. But from where they had it spotted, was there a flag on that play? Okay. Because it looks like they moved the ball.
Oh.
Something happened.
We are completely off because clearly something else happened. Big.
Yeah. So now Gladewater has the ball on the 37-yard line.
You know, even though we're in the dark up here, oh my gosh, he ran into a wall of Tigers.
Well, that was number
28.
33 for the Tigers. Jalen Smith met the running back in the backfield. And somehow he made it back to the line of scrimmage. That's a miracle because he was hit hard back there. So that's going to bring us to a 2nd and 10. And
he missed something.
Something happened, but when we were watching them spot the ball, and I think it was over there where the ref was talking to the coach. So let's see what happens. Bears split back formation, and fake a play action pass, and
Oh,
it's
that was
intercepted
intercepted by
by
number 2.
Chauncey Hogg, and he is running,
Fast.
and he is now out of bounds on the Gladewater 20-something, and there's a flag over there. So I don't know what that was about because there's just a swarm of players, and the flag flies up from the middle of them. So I don't know.
Well, one of the things that I've always enjoyed doing this with you, Sam, is that try to be
We do.
and all-out talent. Number 2 for the Tigers, Chauncey Hogg, got some. Wish that we had more of. Tell our audience what the weight is. You know what? There's like a stats.
I'm sure there is. Stuff I looked up earlier today was off of Dave Campbell's website. That just took me there by chance when I was getting some of the records for this season and points and all that. So probably some
It
stats.
says that he is 5'10", 100 pounds.
Okay.
Senior, graduates in. Says cornerback right.
Okay. Well, the cornerback's a defensive back, so that one looks like it went against the Bears. So they're going to move the chains, and they are spotting the ball on the, I think, the 12-yard line. Okay, Avon, I figured out more of the numbers on the board. It's another pass.
Oh, for that.
Incomplete. Yes. So on the scoreboard, you look at the 42, that's their points. The football there changes who's got possession. The little 3 is the timeouts. The next 3 is the quarter. And then the 12 is the yard line that they were on.
Okay.
And then the 10, second and 10, 2 timeouts, 7. So they run the ball again. They're down to about the 10-yard line now. So that 12 should change to the 10. If it does,
In an 8-2.
if it does, then we got it figured out. Should be the ball on, but 10. So I knew my mind was working like a steel trap, Avon.
Got to get in there first.
Yeah. Like that squirrel in the cage, it's got to go faster. So they got motion, snap deep.
Looking up top.
Throws the little bubble, but the Bears
on him.
The Bears have seen that enough now, and they're like, fool me once, fool me twice, shame on you once, shame on me twice.
Shame on you.
So the other 3 times have been shame on me's.
No, the other one was supposed to be, fool me can't be fooled again. That was number 18. Not on our.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
You're going to do a field goal.
What number is it? 20 or 32?
I guess.
That is 20. Go. Oh,
it's good.
Good.
So
Landon Boswell of the Tigers kicked it for a field goal.
So you were right in your calling of that, that he would be field goal and extra point, and the other guy's kickoff kicker. So that brings the score with 5 minutes, 42 seconds left, 45-7. And if we're looking at scores, Toledo got beat 42-0. We have. So we've actually, if we look at our points in the past games this season, we scored 32 against Dangerfield, 26 against Mount Vernon, and 21 against Spring Hill at our 7 tonight, and it's not enough. So
Not enough, but
that's right. It's a moral victory.
right. Absolutely. You're going against the fourth. And Texas is so small.
Yeah. All
But we've
right.
got some of the best teams in the nation.
Deep kick, fielded inside the 10. He's got a little room.
Had someone blocking.
We got a flag. I'm guessing a hold, or
That was number 7, Latrell Henderson of the Bears.
I'm guessing that flag's going to be for a hold or a block in the back. Let's see what they say. Because they have a mic for the referee. Blocking below the waist, maybe, or a clip. I don't know. Against the Bears, though. So that ball will be backed up from the 22. Where will they back it up to? Well, so that's a 10-yard. So the Bears will now be starting from their own 11 yard. Avon, down here, do you see what looks like letters or numbers down there that have been kind of pushed out or something? Yeah.
On the
Mm-hmm.
I know we get some. We have our, y'all can't see, have our light on in our little booth. It does cause some very interesting reflections. Neat.
Well, do you see the yard line or the 10 with the arrow?
Huh?
Looks like there's just the outline of a letter. It may be on the glass, but it's staying on the field when I.
Oh. I'm going to play. That was number 8 of the Bears on the carry.
Ollie.
Brendan Polly. Ref didn't like what he saw on something.
Okay.
Unless it's that on the number 1 itself. Is that what you're talking
No, I'm gonna just stay where you're at. I'm moving in the booth, y'all. That's unheard of for us. We get
yeah.
okay. It's on the glass next door to me that I'm looking through.
Oh, yeah, you're getting
Yeah,
reflections.
so it's a reflection.
Yeah,
but it's
because we got glass in front of us, we got glass beside us.
Yeah.
There's so much double reflection.
So that's all it is. But I kept looking at it thinking, what is that? Why would there be markings on this field? All right, so the Bears got a first down, and they're running in the middle again. And, it's taken about 5 guys to bring Flanagan down.
He is
But
powerful.
he's running hard, but he's just met by more resistance than he can overcome.
And to give him a big shout out, it shows on our roster he is just a sophomore.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, 2nd and 10.
But if I kill it, it's gone, isn't it?
No, it's still there.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're looking at it through 2 glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're looking past that other pole.
But when I look at it through that glass, it's not there. Okay.
Double.
Good. I'm not crazy. Well, I might be.
And he's throwing it.
And that pass.
He's throwing it to number 2, Carter Schneider.
And that pass was a little bit short, but
Hey, the Tiger almost got it.
yeah, he did almost interception.
Ball's out.
Yeah. So 3:19 and counting down left in this third quarter. Now this has been a fast quarter to me, but we're at 3rd and 10. Gladewater. They need a big play right here.
Be nice.
They've had some big ones, but not
Usually
always
they only
when
seem
we
to want
need
to pull the big ones on the fourth, and it makes it hard to have any room for play. Go.
And that's JT Maddox on the little toss sweep.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
What happened there?
I
I had that
won't
deal
repeat
right in
any.
my way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Things happen in front of the ref. People on YouTube will be able to go back and look. He didn't like what he saw.
So who is it going to be on?
Don't know, because we're not down there to be able to hear
Yeah.
things. Sure, that's probably what happened. Tell me if you can read what he says.
So personal foul, it looks like, against the Tigers. I know they had JT down. And it looks like they slung him, but I've got right where they were part of the
Construction
beams
of the
from
building.
the windows. Yeah, and I have a blind spot. I have to look around.
That happens to me on the other side. Big a little.
So now they've got another 1st and 10, and it's a handoff up the middle, and we're going to be lucky if he made a yard. And there's another flag.
Oh my.
Okay, what I'm hoping is that
That was number 8 for the Bears to Brandon Polly.
and that one's personal foul offsetting. So I'm hoping, being down 45-7, it doesn't. The sportsmanship doesn't leave. Yeah, we do. That's what I'm talking about. So that's going to be offsetting, I think. Yeah. So it's now 3rd down and
No, he gave the sim for first down.
second down. So Bears take the snap, hand off to the tailback on a lead play, but there's just nothing there. You know,
All the Tigers.
they're-
Again, we got to
they're-
come up with some nicknames for some of these things.
they're making it back to the line of scrimmage, but they're not making it yards.
No forward progress.
No, none at all on the last 3 plays. So this brings up a 3rd and 9. And Bears have wide receivers top and bottom, 2 backs. Wilson under center. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw.
Got a different quarterback in the spot. That looks like quarterback number 11, Luke Brown, who started last week.
Luke Brown,
just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. You're right. It says, oh no, I'm sorry. It is sophomore. I was looking at the wrong number, wrong line. Our roster up here has 2 players on the same line. If you look too far over, it gives you the wrong info. But Avon was absolutely right. So with 4th and 9, Bears are going to kick it, and a strong rush, good kick, gets down inside.
Ooh, that's a good Gladewater bounce.
We're getting
right on it.
We're getting a good country club roll on that. That country club roll is when you're playing at your own country club and you hit a ball and it rolls in your favor, keeps rolling. That's just good country club roll.
That also in that movie Caddyshack?
No, that was just from playing a little bit of golf. Things I hear. So a good punt, 58.7 seconds in this 3rd quarter. And the
ball about on the 40.
Yeah, and that's a 40-yard punt. 40-yard punt. If it was on, it was on, said. So Malakoff running the ball out of the eye, and he's got some daylight, and he's brought down just across midfield.
Number 9 of the Bears, Gobi Chico, got a hold and wouldn't let go.
He did. Malakoff had kids down the field still blocking.
What was the number that was?
That was number 8, I think. No, 6. Can't.
Darian Hall.
He's got to turn a little bit. Oh, it's 6.
6. Darian Hall.
So
Sophomore.
Malakoff in a throwing set, and they hand it off, and he's got room, and he's really
Got wrapped up real quick by our number 22 of the Bears. That is Travion Watts.
yes. So
Freshman.
the quarter ends with Malakoff making a first down by about a yard. What they made a touchdown and a field goal because it was 35-7 and it's 45 now.
Good. As far as holding them from making points, that's our best one.
So far.
They still have strong players out there calling their names.
So as the quarter changes, it's going to be Malakoff's ball still. It's going to be first down and 10 from the Bear 35-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Malakoff, if you look, they have 3 wide receivers. This is what they like to throw that little bubble to one of these guys. Right there it is, little hitch right there. And that
You know what? Here's something that's interesting. Last time it popped up at the top. Ball to
yeah, he skipped that. And just looking at things that could happen, and this is the same formation just flipped, and he fakes the ball.
quarterback keep for the first
Quarterback
time.
keeps it and picks up a first down.
12, Mike Jones.
And Mike had a 12-yard run right there. But what they can be setting up on that play, throwing it low, that guy can come back. So now it's a lateral, and we used to call it the Aggie pass or the bounce pass. And you skip it on the ground to him, and then he picks it up and throws it downfield or runs it.
That's legal.
It's legal if he's back like that.
Skip it off the ground.
Yes, because
He
it's
is
a
gone.
lateral.
Nope. Oh,
So that
And
is
got
to number 8, I believe.
our Bear number 50, like Boudreaux.
And number 8 was the receiver.
Jackery Smallwood. Of the
So
Tigers.
we've called his name before too. So now Malakoff has number 3 lined up wide at the bottom. And their receivers are wide. They're right on the numbers or outside. They got 1 back and 1 quarterback back deep. And he's handing the ball off, and he's stopped.
Oh, yeah, but Bear number 33, Israel Serta.
And 50 was there too, Mason Boudreaux. So that's no gain on that one. Why are the I don't know why their chains have. They're just holding them up.
Don't need it.
Yeah, because they're inside the 10. Flag? I don't know. He's going to tell us. Oh, nothing. All right, so that brings up a 2nd and 14. Finally laying those down markers down. And they run the sweep, and it's inside the 5. They run that sweep very well too, Avon. Their lineup has
only 3. A lot of juniors.
They got about 14 seniors on this club. That's a lot for this size school. They run that lead
Oh,
up
Bear
in there.
number 11. We have not called his name. That is Luke Brown.
Yes.
Trapped him up and would go. Fourth down.
So 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. It's a good stop right there.
That was a really good stop.
So I don't know if they're going to go for it on
I'd say
4th and
kick it.
2 or if they're going to kick it, but
That's me. I like seeing it.
yeah. So they're going for it. And he's in. Oh, there's a flag. See what that is.
Last week, if you guys were tuned in with us, we've got 80 people right now, Sam. About the 2 minutes or so left in the quarter, somebody turned off the power. That's why that thing locked up, because it was no longer receiving signal.
So 51, the 52 if they make the PAT. Oh, bad snap. And no good. Bad snap. So the ball just dribbled back there. I couldn't see what happened to make
I
it
was
do that,
focusing on number 20.
but sometimes that deep snapper, if he's got that ball, if that tip digs in, it kind of rolls back there. You got to kind of pick it up a little or keep it flatter so it doesn't
Not when you
dig
got
in.
Bears coming at.
Yeah. So a little bit of a break keeps the score at 51. And yeah, that was their score. Grandview, yeah, but Grandview had 21, so we need to score twice if we want to replicate that score. So 7 minutes, 51 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Bears are going to receive the ball, and there's a penalty on the that penalty down here was against the Tigers, and it is enforced on the kickoff. Doesn't affect the PAT.
Off 32. Jacob, and how did you say it? Hadron?
I would say almost like Patron.
Patron?
I've just heard that on
Padron?
TV, but so the penalty is a 15-yarder. I think it was somebody kicked somebody or tripped them. I don't know, and that means they're kicking off from their own 25. So the Bears have a chance to get really good field position
Yes, they
with
do.
any kind of a return at all. So I would think this would be one time you want to kick deep to offset your penalty.
I'm sure they're going to let him air.
Well, let's see what he does. So it is deep. And the returner was Latrell Henderson, and he makes about 10 or 11 yards on the return. And so Bears will take over in pretty good field position. Ball's going to be on the 34-yard line, it looks like. And still lining everything up. Bears out to line up and play. Ball's on the 35. 1st and 10. Bears now back in the I formation. See how deep the tailback is?
So is that just to also give your line enough time?
The I formation is it does give you time for holes to develop if your guys can uh, make way for that. It also gives you a chance as a back to adjust your angle. You know, if something closes up, you can bounce it in or cut back against the grain.
Got Luke Brown back in.
Well, this is kind of a good situation to let Luke get some more experience at quarterback. He's a two-way player tonight.
Time they hand it off to number 5,
And he's still
Nathan Smith,
and
not wanting to stop.
no, and they're going to mark it at the 39, but he fell down at the 43. But I think he pretty much had stopped and they let up and then he churned a little more. So they're really at the 40. So that's about a 5-yard gain. So third and 5. So right now it looks like Malakoff has about, let's look from tackle to tackle. They got about 7 or 8 in the box. That's to stop the run.
22,
That is Travian Watts.
who is a freshman.
Yes, one of the 2 they moved up. They have 2 freshmen moved up. The other one is Dion Patton. So,
Giving everybody a little bit of. Again, that's a good strategy because they're about to be off. If I'm not mistaken, the Bears are about to be off for 2 solid weeks.
well, they're not. They're away
Oh,
from home. They go
right,
to
that's right. We're off.
Gunner. So you and I have a 2-week hiatus.
We get the big break. They do have a break in there.
They
somewhere.
do. They have an open date. No rush. They're setting up a return this time. Great punt.
Oh wow! Look
And
at
he
that
touched
Gladewater
it. He's
bounce.
got to take it. And he's missed. He breaks one tackle. Gets about a 5-yard run.
Uh-oh. Guys are
And so good defense on the punt return or punt team. And good. They're on the 23-yard line. So Tigers will start their drive on their own 23. So that was a good punt. They did not rush that time. They're trying to set up a return, but had a Gladewater Country Club bounce. So here we go with the Bear defense. And Malakoff hands the ball off to their lone back.
That Bear number 5, Nathan Smith, who ran the ball earlier, he was back there really quick to stop that.
So that's actually a no gain. So bring up a 2nd and 10 on the 23. And Tigers changing personnel, flipping sides. They got a 2 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 wide receiver to the top of your screen, 1 back in the backfield. It's a handoff, and he's running around the right end. And he makes a first down.
Number 16, Kenyon Butler.
No, we haven't.
They had a different quarterback, I believe.
Yeah. So Tigers giving some of their guys a chance to play. Ball is on the 35, 1st and 10. And looks like they're just going to.
Player number 16.
And he's got some speed.
Yes, he did.
And we're missing some tackles. Some of it is probably poor tackling, and some of it because he's probably pretty good.
But our number 0, Grayson Woods.
Did he make the final stop?
Yes, he did.
Good.
Grayson would not let him go.
Yeah. So that's another first down. The ball is on the 39-yard line of the Bears. 1:35 left. And I don't look for him to do anything but run it on the ground at this point. Finish out the game.
That time, number 9 got a hold of it is Joby Chico of the Bears, and he's not letting him go.
Well, for who. On Butler. Okay. Clock is running. We're down to 101 left in this game. So this quarter's gone by pretty fast, but it's been on the ground a lot. So they take a knee with 48 seconds, and we'll see. They may have to run one more play. I think they're going to have to take a knee one more time.
Weird. No stats.
Oh, he's probably not played much, but he looked
Says
pretty
he's a
good.
senior.
Oh, well, still could have not played much. We just don't know. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's going to bring an end. We're down to 8 seconds. Clock's counting. Players lining up to shake hands. So another tough night for the Gladewater boys. But
Hopefully, all this goes for lessons learned and things that I know they tried some plays that we'd never seen.
well, I was going to say, giving credit where credit is due, they are trying to find a key that works. And so the effort was there. By far the best team that Gladewater's faced all season. And kudos to the Malakoff Tigers, ranked number 4. So they're probably going to play in the playoffs a while. And right now, the only thing that the Bears can't do that they probably wanted to do at the start of the season is go undefeated.
Yes, sir.
And so we've got here's the way that I know coaches and players have to look at it. There's 3 seasons in one season. Your first season's your preseason. That's your non-district games. Your second season is district, and your third season is playoffs. So the Bears have one more preseason game against Gunner, and again, another really good team. So if they can get through the Gunner game, and they'll make more changes. They're going to try to win. Kids are going to play hard. Coaches are going to coach hard.
Absolutely.
And that we will be out of town for the Gunner game. Then they have an open date, no game, and then they'll come back the next week back home and we'll open district with Tatum. So we're within one game of ending the preseason and within one game of starting the district season 2. And so the playing field will be more level when we start our district, and we'll come back and we'll have a home game. So we're in Gunner next week, and Avon and I don't do the out of town games. And then after that, we'll have the open date, and the Gunner game will start at 7:30 for those of you that are going to make that long drive out there. And then we'll come to Tatum.
They'll come.
Tatum will come here, and it's the pink out night. And all of the district games, just so you can be aware, will start at 7 o'clock. So whether we're playing Tatum here or the next week playing Sabine in Liberty City, they'll all start at 7 once we start with Tatum. So our district opponents are Tatum, Sabine, Jefferson, Atlanta, and White Oak. And 3 of those 5 games are going to be home. So we're halfway through the season of home games, and we've got Tatum, Jefferson, and White Oak. Every other week is home and then away, home and away, and home. So Gunner, that will end the preseason. We'll get a week of, a little breather to get everybody well and start preparing for Tatum, and then we'll start our district. So the Bears are not down and out, I can tell you. So again, when you see coaches, when you see players, pick them up, give them a hug, and encourage them, and remind them that district hadn't started yet. And so, last year we had a 3-8 season, but we made playoffs because we did a lot better in district than we did in preseason. So, um, just to give you something to look forward to, don't count the Bears down and out because they're by no means that. And they're going to get better and better. Hopefully, the scores will get better and better, and we'll get some wins in.
Tim, there's still 57 people hanging out with us when I call for watching. It will be
That's right.
for us
So
again.
we won't be doing broadcasts for the next 2 Fridays, but the next one we'll do will be for the Tatum game here at home, and that will be uh, after 2 Fridays of one at Gunner and one off. Thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you for the Tatum game.